Our boy in blue is back, Sonic the Hedgehog. He is in tow with his brand new friend Tails in this adventure to save the world from the evil Dr. Robotnik, once again played by Jim Carrey. It could be Jim Carrey's last movie ever, too. Let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new film Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It is in theaters exclusively right now and had a gangbusters opening weekend, about $71 million worth of tickets sold in North America. And for the theater I work for, yes, it was our busiest weekend of 2022 for sure. It's been a while since we've had a kids movie, a few months. So everybody lining up to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And we'll find out in just a second what I thought of the film. But first, I want to welcome you to Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. And please consider subscribing down below. We would love to have you aboard as one of my subscribers. Or comment, what did you think of this movie? Better than the first? Worse than the first? Let me know in the comments below. So let's get into this. Yes, this version of the tale, no pun intended, sees our buddy Sonic, voiced by Ben Schwartz, teaming up with his new friend Miles Tails Prower, and they are looking to find a Master Emerald before Dr. Robotnik and his new evil pal Knuckles can take it from them. And so we have a lot of people returning here and some new faces and voices as well. So Ben Schwartz returns as Sonic the Hedgehog. And I must have known this from watching and reviewing the first movie, but I guess I forgot in the couple of years. But Ben Schwartz is, John Ralphio from Parks and Rec. He was recently in this great Apple TV show called The After Party. I guess I forgot that he voiced Sonic, but he does a great job here. And Jim Carrey, of course, returning as the evil Eggman or Dr. Robotnik. And, I mentioned this up at the top. This could be Jim Carrey's last movie. He's sort of been doing the interview circuit and I think partially incensed at Hollywood's reaction to the Will Smith slap and how they let him stay in the room and blah, blah, blah from the Oscars. But just in general, he's sort of a unique guy, that's for sure. But I love his acting. And he has been saying in his interviews that this could be the last film. He might be done. So we'll see. I think, listen, he's going out on a high note as Dr. Robotnik, if that's the case, because this could have been, like a corny role, but he just has so much fun with it and, makes us in the audience have fun as well. But James Marsden and Tika Sumpter return as well as the Wachowski family that sort of takes Sonic in. Adam Pally is back as the deputy of the town. And some new people to the cast include Colleen O'Shaughnessy voicing Tails and the great Idris Elba voicing Knuckles. So this movie is quite long. It's a little over 2 hours, which seems like it's long for a kid's movie. But I have to say, as sort of trepidatious as I was about that, because I was taking my two nephews to it, and my younger nephew, when we saw Encanto, he peed like 3 times. He didn't even want to get up at all and leave the theater to go to the restroom. He had to go certainly after we saw the movie, but he was transfixed for 2 hours, and that's pretty impressive in general. And even me, like, I looked at my phone at one point to see the time, and I thought, like, okay, this is probably like half over. It was almost 3/4 of the way done. Like, it really does actually zoom by. Again, no pun intended with the Sonic zooming, but it goes by very, very fast. And I appreciated that. I was worried maybe it would be bogged down a little bit, but there's not a lot of wasted time here. There's a couple of fun side plots where we see some of the CIA agents from the first movie trying to figure out what's going on again and sort of capturing Sonic at one point, and the whole family, James Marsden's character as well. And that's at like a destination wedding, and so there's sort of like a side plot in Hawaii. But it turns out that was a lot of fun too, and some fun comedy and all of that sort of stuff. And so, okay, Jim Carrey is excellent as Dr. Robotnik. I felt that way in the first movie as well. Here's an actor that I love his talents, both comedic and dramatic. And he just has so much fun with this character, being this madman. And it works. It really does. And now there's a few sort of, corny jokes here, and they kind of actually like to poke fun at Sonic for being a little, corny in his jokes, and oh, everything's a laugh to you, whatever, whatever. And, look, this is the Sonic philosophy. It's just how he kind of gets through his life, and it works for him. So, you can sort of forgive some of the corny punchlines because that's sort of what they were going for here. The addition of Tails and Knuckles is great. I'm a huge fan of the Sonic 2 game, which introduces Tails. I'm pretty sure that was the first one where we saw Tails. But so it's one of my favorite characters of the Sonic universe, so I'm glad they brought him in. And then Knuckles, I think I may be misremembering his part in the games and in the cartoon show. I'm not positive that he was like a big villain in those, and he is here. But even that sort of gets resolved a little bit by the end. So I think we can sort of maybe forgive that as well. And the action is pretty good. It's pretty intense. There's some good peril here. I don't think it's too scary necessarily for even young kids. Probably 5 and 6 year olds can get behind this. But right in the sweet spot, I think, my nephews are 10 and 16, and I think like that is the perfect sort of wheelhouse for this movie. It's not too scary for them. It's a lot of fun. They get the video game references because, they're old enough to have some knowledge of that, and played some of the retro games. So they actually added, I think, a few more video game touches in this. And I won't give away too many, but for example, like he's in the water at one point. There's a sort of recurring theme of water in this movie and Sonic not being able to swim or whatever. But at one point he starts, gulping up the air bubbles in the water, and that's something he does in the game that you have to keep him alive by doing that. And so I thought, well, that's a really cool touch. As far as video game movies go, I really do feel like the 2 Sonic movies are the cream of the crop. Now, I admit I'm not much of a more recent gamer. I watched the movie Uncharted, and I was familiar with the title of the game, but I never played it, and there's a new Halo TV series on. I'm not really familiar with that universe. So I guess take it with a grain of salt. But I think the proof is in the pudding because, fans and critics alike both kind of like these movies. And the fans love these, at least the first one. I haven't really looked at what their ratings are for the second one, but the first one they were all like, oh yeah, best video game movie. I have to echo those sentiments. I think this one sort of adds to that. First one's probably still a little bit better, but I was surprised at how well this second movie came off. I will admit some of the CGI didn't quite work for me, especially in the scenes they're theoretically filmed in Hawaii. I don't think they were in Hawaii. It certainly didn't look like it. But either way, the CGI aside, that was very sort of minimal. A lot of the CGI looked really cool, especially when things happen with the Green Emerald and people maybe get, 10 times their size and that kind of thing. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff here and nice nods to the game. So overall, I thought this was quite enjoyable. Maybe not quite as good as the first, but right up there. Another great one in the Sonic canon. This gets a B from me. All right, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see everybody next time for another review, be it movie or TV or whatever, on Dan Reviews It. Thanks for watching. Bye.